Hello friends, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. This is me, Dr. Sidharth Arora. And friends, it is very crucial that I deal with this video in a far more comprehensive way in comparison to the other videos that we have made over here. Now you would ask why. Now the reason over here, my friends, is that since you're preparing for something which is huge, my friends, it's huge in capital letters. Since you are about to be aspiring or you're about to be preparing for an exam which is Herculean in dimensions, which is sometimes considered as the toughest exam in the world, there is a requirement, there is a certain requirement of a particular skill set. I am repeating, watch and listen to every word that I'm saying. There is a particular requirement of a skill set to ensure that you have a realistic chance of passing this exam. This exam is not your school level exam. This is not your college exam. This is not your entrance exam. This is a very different exam. So I am trying to make sure that I want to pass this exam. But merely memorization, merely reading the books, is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Is it reading books and passing UPSC exam? Does it work that way? It doesn't. There are certain things that are required, and that requirement is the question mark in this video. I am not about to answer this question for you. This is something you have to answer. I'm only about to give you the valid questions. In life, you must ask yourself valid questions. If you ask valid questions, you get correct answers. This is the entire issue of today's video. I am asking you a question. What does it take to crack UPSC CSE? You will answer this yourself. Do you have in yourself to crack UPSC CSE? I am only going to tell you the ingredients of making this beautiful dream into a reality. Do you have it in you is something that you have to answer. So make sure that you answer these questions for yourself, to yourself, honestly and with integrity. If you do not have any of these elements, then you must develop. If you have it, then you must consolidate. Picture is to be very clear after the next 15 or 20 minutes when I will finish off this video. So, in this same pursuit, I'll be telling you about is that we have launched this channel especially for you. For several of us, our friends who are aspirants for civil services examination, it was becoming difficult for several of you to comprehend what we are teaching since you were not comfortable in Hindi language. So Unacademy thought that language should not become a barrier for understanding. Language should be a medium of communication. For your specific requirement and on popular demand, we have brought this channel. And apart for the channel having only English as a medium of instruction, we have also introduced tons and tons of courses for you. My friends, I am making this video in the first week of the month of March. 31st May 2020 is your prelims exam. Now, I have a very simple question for all of you to answer. Is it any wise or is there any logic to wait any more than what you have already waited, to take any kind of professional guidance, to take any kind of mentoring in case you are not still having subject control? If you do not have expertise in the subjects for UPSC CSE, will it not be a correct decision for you to take professional mentoring, especially if it is available online? If you join Unacademy subscription, you will get daily live classes. You will get a structured course instead of the haywire kind of preparation which majority of the aspirants do. You will get a structured course. You will get live tests and quizzes which will give you exam centric preparation, and you will get unlimited access to all these videos. You can download them, you can watch them at your own convenient time. and you can revise them as many number of times as you want. You will have the top educators, not only my subject. Yes, I will be teaching polity, but there will be other subject teachers also from the length and breadth of India. All this and much more, like the special classes. For example, I am taking special classes on contemporary topics, on current affairs. All these things will be present, and we will be bringing on new courses again and again and again and again. Unacademy intends to give you a supporting hand till the last day of your exam, till the time you board your trains to Missouri and to go to become the next group of IAS and IPS officers. For us, we intend to give you a supporting hand. All these things is also very financially feasible for all those students or aspirants who are taking this exam in 2020, that is on 31st May 2020 is your prelims exam. My friends, I will suggest without any delay, opt for this course. This is a 1-year course with all the subjects, with the entire test series. But if you use my code SID10 number, SID10, SID10, and you press the button apply, you will get an immediate 10% discount, and this entire course will be available for merely 36,000 rupees. The huge change that has been brought is for the 2 years course. All my friends who are appearing in 2021, friends, you have 2 or more than 2 years. You are a very lucky group of students, and Unacademy has made life very easy for you. For the entire 2-year period, all the subjects will be available for 48,000. But if you use my code SID10, SID10, and press apply button, congratulations, you will get a 10% discount and you will get the entire course for 43,200. So just press SID10 and you'll get the entire course for 43,200, and you're welcome to my courses. On this side is 1 year, which is for after discount 36,000, and on this side is the 2-year course, which is after discount 43,200. Do some mathematics, crunch some numbers. 1 year is for 36,000, 2 years for 43,200, only a difference of 7,200. Take your decision. It's your career. We are here to support you. The time to take decision is now. You are a wise gang of students. Don't unnecessarily risk your life. Now, the question related to UPSC CSE. I wonder, and I ask this question to myself, and I ask this question to all my UPSC aspirants. Is this exam merely an exam? Yes, it is an exam. I have no doubt. But is it merely an exam? Is it merely based on memorization of facts and figures? Is it merely based on memorization of articles of the Constitution, the welfare schemes of the government, and congratulations, you are the next group of IAS officers? I don't think so. In fact, I'm sure that it is not merely an exam. I fail to understand how can this be an exam? How can there be an exam which challenges you for not 1 year, sometimes for more than 1 year, for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? It goes on. What is this exam which is a physical, mental, emotional, you name it, all kinds of challenges? I have seen students and aspirants who have attempted for this exam 3, 4, 5 times and still have that stamina, still have that gist, still have that guts to take this again. And there is not a single percentage drop of enthusiasm in the 5th attempt, in the 4th attempt, as compared to when they took this exam for the first time. Unbelievable kind of strong-willed, unbelievable kind of faith in their abilities or their academic requirements or whatever. This is not an exam. It's a challenge, my friends. It's a challenge. It is a physical, mental, emotional challenge. I can have hundreds and hundreds of doubts coming up. When you take this exam, you're already a graduate. Now, after graduation, in the society that we live, we are expected to earn. In the society that we are living, we are expected to marry. and also to support the family. In those time periods, I am now spending 24/7, 365 days of the year studying. Studying for an exam in which the probability is so low, it is practically the toughest exam in the world. Still, I want to make it. Do you understand and do you comprehend how many question marks are raised against me? How many challenges? How many people look at me with those doubting eyes? And I still have to dominate. I still have to ignore those doubts and I have to concentrate on my work at hand. It is a huge emotional challenge. It is a huge physical challenge. It is a huge mental challenge. The course of UPSC is practically unlimited. Yes, unlimited. Yes, UPSC tells you a syllabus, but do you realize within that word syllabus, for example, there's a Constitution of India. Now, within the word Constitution of India is an entire ocean of knowledge. It is practically unlimited. Hence, it is sometimes sarcastically called as the Unpredictable Service Commission. Why? Because it is huge mental challenge. Plus, these are subjects which probably you have not studied in your school and college days, or even if you studied them in school and college, it was pretty elementary level. So the point here is it is a physical, mental and emotional challenge. Don't call it an exam. It is not an exam. It is a challenge. It's an expedition at the end of which, of course, it is a huge achievement since you don't remain. It is not a job, my friends. Let's get out of these minor words. It's not a job. These are the choices which will decide your future. If you make a choice, correct choice right now, first of all of you who are watching this video, please accept my heartiest congratulations. And I really appreciate that at this age, and whatever age you are studying, right, whatever age group that you are watching, if you are taking this exam, my friends, my congratulations to you that you have taken a huge choice and an awesome, amazing choice. You have not chosen a job. You have chosen a pursuit which is huge. You are going to become Article 12 of the Constitution. Do you realize this is a joke in polity? You are the state. You are going to become the state next time when you pass this exam. You are going to determine the destiny of this country. By one signatures, you are going to change the destiny, the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. You have made an awesome choice. Now the point here is, will you be able to live that dream? Will you be able to fulfill that dream? Yes, if you do, you have huge things. Let's look at the minor ones, okay? Yes, I'm actually calling these are the minor ones. The minor ones are job security. Nobody is going to be ever asking you to be dropped out since you have the sovereign guarantee. Okay, until unless you do something very wrong, okay, your job is 100% secure. You get the kind of social respect that you have not seen in the best of your dreams. People will be respect. At 25, 26, 27, this age group, you become practically the kings of a district. You see these young guys, young men and women, they are changing the destiny of this country. Do you realize the social respect? People are going to be queuing outside your office just to meet you for 5 minutes. Unbelievable. You will have command and you will have perks and etc. 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 It continues. It's an awesome thing. You will be remembered for generations. Yes, my friends, it is not for this generation. When you grow old, when your children will tell, your children's children will remember, oh, my grandfather was an IAS officer. You become immortal. This is for posterity, my friends. It is for posterity. It is huge. You become a part of the bureaucracy of India. You become a part of the permanent bureaucracy, the permanent executives of India. It is huge. There's no doubt. So please accept and please ensure that you write on the walls that yes, you have taken an awesome choice. I congratulate you on that. However, you also have to remember, if it is so worthy, okay, it is so precious that nothing worthy can come to the unprepared. There was a very beautiful line, okay, Alexander the Great used to say this, that first prepare the head, okay, then the crown will come. You have to prepare your head. Tomorrow somebody says, will you be made the king of the world? No, first you have to be mentally ready to get that crown. It is not easy, it is very heavy load to have the crown on your head. It is very easy to just imagine sitting in your drawing room that I'll become the next Prime Minister of India. No, imagine the pressures on the Prime Minister of India. Tons and years of preparation go to ensure that the person who wants to become or who has become the Prime Minister of India is able to bear that responsibility. In the same way, yes, you are going to get a huge amount of responsibility on your head. Imagine yourself to a 25-year-old person who is not an IAS officer and who's not an IPS officer and who's sitting in a multinational company. What kind of responsibilities? Yes, he has his own share of responsibilities, but they are nothing as compared to a responsibility of an IAS officer or an IPS officer. Tomorrow there is a law and order situation in your district. My friends, a 25-year-old man or a woman is going to determine what action will he take. Will he ask the police to do a lathi charge? Will he ask the police to take any coercive action? Will he impose section 144 criminal procedure code? N number of things. Imagine that to a person who's sitting in a cushy office in a multinational company. Nothing. But you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for this. Otherwise, it won't happen. It seriously, certainly won't happen. Luck by chance happens only by chance. Don't make exceptions into rules. Live by probability. It is improbable, practically impossible that if you are not prepared, if you don't have what it takes, you will not get this crown. So, success does not happen. It is attracted, it is earned. Very important line, my friends. Write it down, jot it down. This is the wisdom of a lifetime. Success does not happen. It is absolutely wrong. Sachin Tendulkar was asked once in an interview, how does it feel that you score centuries so easily? In the next 2 hours of the match, you score 200 runs, 100 runs. How does that happen? He says, I prepared for this for 20 years. Yes, this 2 minutes of glory takes 20 years of preparation. This is not simple, my friends. It is not simple. Okay. Success will not happen. And if you're living in that kind of casino life, sorry, this video is not for you. This video is for those people who want to earn their success and who believe that success can be achieved by earning, by hard work, by smart work, by consistent work, by diligence, by integrity. That is what is success. This may be a fluke. This may be a fluke. Yes, it happens, As it said, even a broken clock is going to tell you the correct time twice in a day. So if you have a clock which is not working and it gets stuck at 12 p.m. or 12, I hope you remember that even the clock which is not working at 12 p.m., right, and 12 a.m., it is going to correctly tell you the time. Even a broken clock tells the correct time. But that is not what I want you to do. I want you to tell the correct time every moment of the day. You have to earn this success. You have to attract this success. You have to make some self changes, my friends. You have to make some changes inside you. Change that school boy or school girl. Change that college boy or college girl. And change into an officer mentality. I have a friend who deals in UPSC examination for a long time and into the organization also. He tells me a very beautiful line. Please mark that line and jot it down. The line says that UPSC does not select students and converts them into officers. What did I say? UPSC does not select students and converts them into officers. UPSC instead selects officers amongst students. In other words, UPSC is looking for officer quality amongst all of you. They are already looking for that ingredients of an officer within you. Yes, they will refine it when you go to Masuri. They will check you out during this exam, but you should have officer mentality. There should be something officer-like inside you. So change yourself. This is, as I said, not merely an exam. So start analyzing yourself. Sir, the next question would come logical. What is going to be, what is inside me? What are you looking for? Most important, my friends, it is all in the mind. There is a mental attitude. That attitude is the one which I'm looking for, which UPSC is looking for. If you don't have that, sorry, you're in the wrong business altogether. Try and make your life into a meaningful life someplace else. This is not your area. You either have it or you can build it. I am telling you again and again, either you already have it, you were born with that, or you can build it. So don't be fatalistic. Oh, fatalism is, I was not born to become an IS officer. That's a wrong approach. That's not the correct approach. Yes, there are lucky ones amongst us, there are fortunate ones amongst us who, because of an environment or probably their DNA, they already have officer-like qualities. Things which I am about to tell you, they were already born with that. However, several amongst us, in fact the majority of amongst us, were probably not born with that kind of genetics or probably that kind of environment. Doesn't mean that life is over. In fact, it takes you to an altogether different challenge. Now that you were not born with it, now you have to build it, because it's all in the mind. If you believe it is going to be there, then it will be there. This is observer effect. This has been proven in quantum physics now. If you see it there, it will be there today or tomorrow. So what are we going to look at? First of all, you have to deal with the attacks that will happen on your mind. There will be tons and tons of attacks on you. Now, what are these attacks? The attacks could be on the basis of, for example, let me take this example for myself. For example, I say, I am going to take this attempt only once, not twice. I would ask a simple question. Why not twice? I will not take twice because people will otherwise start raising fingers at me that you are still not financially independent. I will answer them back. I will answer them that I will not quit till the time I achieve my aim. Why, sir? Why should you not quit? Because of this word, why. Every time I feel like quitting, I should have the courage to ask myself, why did I start it in the first place? People who ask me, why are you wasting 2 years? Why are you wasting the second attempt? Why are you taking the third attempt? I ask them one question. Why did you take the first attempt in the first place? Why should you have wasted even 1 year? You should have the courage to stand by your decision. Why? Because you are not wasting your time into something which is of a low pursuit. You are wasting, or so-called wasting, or you are concentrating on time or life. Why? Because you are doing the right thing. Do you have the moral courage to stand by your decision? Yes, I am going to become an IAS officer. I am going to become an IPS officer. I am going to pass the civil service examination. I have taken a right thing. And then I will get a perspective. Yes, perspective. What is perspective? When you see life in a bigger scale. When you don't start narrowing down to small little things of life, you don't forget the forest for the trees. You don't forget the forest for the trees. There is a larger vision to life. If you are noticing this in 1 year, 6 months, 1.5 years, 2 years, third attempt, fourth attempt, is that the point? Or there is one word? The one word is my vision for life. If Steve Jobs would have said that I am not going to spend 10 years developing an Apple iPhone, this iPhone revolution, this huge technological thing, this huge company called Apple would not have happened. Was Steve Jobs counting 10 years, or was Steve Jobs more interested in the vision of life? You have to make a vision for life and do it. Do not worry about the problems. Deal with the problems. Don't worry about the problems. There's a huge thing. Deal with the problems. Get a solution-centric mind. Do you have this solution-centric mind? Yes, there are problems. There's not a soul on this planet. There is not a soul in this universe which does not have problems. If you worry about the problems, does that make the problem go away? I don't think so. but dealing with the problems certainly make the problems will go away. The point about here is that you have to have a solution centric mindset. Yes, there will be problem. How do I best solve that problem? These are the 5 mindsets that will help you deal with these attacks. Things like courage, ability to take decision, doing the right thing, get a perspective, do not worry about problems. Sir, this is about exam. What about an IAS officer? Let's go to an IAS officer. You are an IAS officer, there will be hundreds and hundreds of challenges. Hundreds and hundreds of challenges. When you will have to take tough decisions, you have to have courage to take that decision and to stand by it. Why? Because I will do the right thing. Not because somebody tells me what is to be done, but I will do as my law tells me, as my constitution tells me, as my conscience tells me. I will get a perspective. There are problems. Somebody would say, I'll give you a very important, a very beautiful example. There was a very beautiful program, like a very beautiful welfare scheme, and a huge welfare scheme, which was called as Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program, which was launched by the Narendra Modi government. When Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program was being launched, prior to that also there were many such programs launched, which was encouraging girl children to continue and to study in the school. Now, what did I notice? What did the government notice? The government noticed that the girl child would take admission in the school, but they would not continue in the school, in the sense that there was a huge dropout. So the government put their minds together, and the IAS officers and the bureaucrats were asked, what is your problem? So they noticed a very beautiful line. Just imagine the wisdom and the intelligence and the sharpness of these guys. What did they notice? That one of the primary reasons why these girls are opting out of the schools is, since in village there is a very conservative environment, and as it is, it should be also. The point was that because there is no separate toilets for girls, that is why girls are feeling embarrassed and uncomfortable to continue in the schools. Can you see the intelligent connection over here? People would be wondering whether the schools are good or bad, whether the blackboards are good or bad, whether the teaching is good and bad, but the problem was lying someplace else. This is called perspective. This is called sharpness. The moment they made separate toilets for girls students, the so-called dropout ratio was absolutely altered in the favor of girls continuing their schooling. This is called intelligence, and this works in your mind. This is why, because you were not worrying about the problem, you were trying to solve a problem. Do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characteristics in your mind? If you have, congratulations. If you don't have, develop it now. There is also a method, and I would like you to follow it and know it in and out. There is a method to winning. This method has a certain requirement. If you want to be successful in life, you need officer mentality, a bureaucrat's mentality. And if you want to be a successful officer, these are the qualities which every successful man, every successful officer has. Number 1, I can remember this with A, B, C, D, E. Number 1, he is very, very active. How many times have you seen that you have a problem, but you keep on postponing it till the time that problem becomes so Herculean that it becomes impossible to treat? This happens in minor things. For example, it can happen with your preparation also. I have seen people who are ignoring a particular part of the chapters, a particular part of the course, and they ignore it to the last extent possible. For example, in these videos also, I have a problem. Okay, every time I tell this video, I've been making these Unacademy videos for the last several months. Every time I remind people that, friends, you must take professional mentoring, professional guidance, or in case you have parents who are knowing their subject, they should take their guidance. Why? Civil services examination is like a forest. It's like a jungle. You go inside this jungle without guidance, there is bound to be accidents until unless you're really, very, very lucky. Now, what do most of the aspirants do? Although I should be very honest on this part, there are many. There are thousands of students who have understood what I have told them and they've joined me on those classes. But in the early few days also, I am always noticing that these are aspirants. Many of you, several of you, thousands and thousands of aspirants, when they join our classes, then I noticed that what was lacking was the direction. They had lots and lots of hard work, they had lots and lots of intelligence, they had lots and lots of enthusiasm, but they did not have the direction. They did not know the fine point. Now imagine I am an IAS aspirant, and I know after so much of studies also, and after so much of hard work also, I'm not able to get that confidence in the subject. What should I do? Should I do something about it, or should I wait till kingdom come that, oh, some miracle is going to happen, somebody from above there is going to come down and help me out? No, my friends, it doesn't work that way. I want you to have an active attitude. You have to be on the go. You have to keep on working. Do you have that? Congratulations. You don't have it, do something about it. Second here is no bias. I am an apolitical organization. What am I saying? I am an apolitical organization. I will serve the state. This attitude has to be there. I will not make any biased decision on the basis of politics, on the basis of race, religion, caste, gender. No. I will take only rational decisions. Rational decision is a reasonable, weighed decision. If I tell you something, will you be able to take a reasonable conclusion, or will you make your inherent biases dominate over those thought processes? It's a very beautiful line. It says, the first sign of an educated man, I'm repeating this, the first sign of an educated man is to accept contradicting views and still take a reasoned decision. Yes, there is going to be conflict of opinion, but that is a different structure as compared to bias. I will not take a biased decision. It happens while you're preparing for the exam also. Things like citizenship amendments, things like Supreme Court judgments will always have conflicting opinions. You as a bureaucrat, you as an officer, you as an IAS aspirant must take a no or an unbiased decision. Third is curiosity. This says, I think, sine qua non. It is so crucial for becoming a UPSC success as well as to continue being a successful person in life. How many times it happens to those people who are not trained for this? How many times do you read the newspaper and it's a very important part, something has happened, but you just turn the paper without becoming curious? Imagine if Isaac Newton would not have been curious about that apple falling, we would not have understood the laws of gravity. Curiosity started it. Curiosity is step number one towards wisdom. If you are not curious, then you are in trouble. Be very, very, very curious. Be very, very active. Very, very unbiased. Number 4, determined. Once I take a decision, I will stick to it. It's a very beautiful line. Again, keep that mantra with you. First think, and think again, and then take a decision. But once you take a decision, stop overthinking. Stop getting doubtful about it. Doubts are parasites. They suck the blood out of determination. They suck the blood out of your decision. Don't do that. Yes, whatever doubts you had, address them. Think, analyze, rationalize, ask people, do everything. Then take a decision. Once you are taking a decision, then remain determined. Finally, effective learning. There are hundreds and hundreds of ways of learning, but there are some smart ways of learning. The first thing you have to learn is to learn how to learn. There are methods of remembering. I remember the entire Constitution of India. The entire Constitution of India from alphabet 1 to last. I can say that by rote memory. But do you think I just sat down and started memorizing it? No. There are methods to learn. And that is why I was telling you that it is crucial for you to take guidance of people who know better, who have studied better, who have been there and done that. That is it. So you require A, B, C, D, E. Active, no bias, curiosity, determined, and effective learning. Do you have it in you? Very nice. If you don't have it in you, make sure that you live with this formula. It is a simple formula, but it is not easy. It is a simple formula. Yes, it's a straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. It's a short line. But calling it easy, make no mistake about it. It's not easy because you have to work hard on these things. Those who were even born with this, you have to consolidate it. You have to shine this diamond again and again and again. And those who do not have it, ensure that you learn it. You must learn A, B, C, D, E of the formula of success, and then life becomes very, very simple. So what have I said? It is not merely an exam. UPSC CSE is not merely an exam. Change the mind and the method and ensure that you go for it. If you change the mind and method, success is all yours. If you want Unacademy to be helping you out, if you want me to be helping you out in my subject and several other educators all over India, from all the subjects, prelims to optional, we are happy to do so. Use the code SID10, save some money, and I would be very happy seeing you on my courses. Welcome to Unacademy. Until next time, God bless. Thank you. In the words of Unacademy, let's crack it. Thank you.